Hello, and welcome to World War Zero. Today is January 1, the year 2020. So, it's a beautiful day outside. The birds are singing. In fact, it's a perfect day to start a world war! Whoa, okay, no. Okay, we are not trying to start a war, an actual war. We are waging peace, okay? The World War Zero army is all about peace and, cut him off. So first of all, I'm really excited to be sharing World War Zero with you. We have really big things in store for 2020. In fact, let me read you a list of some of our supporters, okay? We have Leonardo DiCaprio, Arnold Schwarzenegger, John Kerry, Cindy McCain, Emma Watson, Al Sharpton, General Stan McChrystal, Jaden Smith, Bill Clinton, Madeleine Albright. Oh, the list goes on and on and on. Okay, so I'm actually just sort of kidding about that. So I've been working to meet this January 1 deadline because, this was my big debut. I've been working on this forever. I have paralysis by analysis by this point. I'm like, I have to hit this deadline. And it has come to my attention that there is actually another World War Zero out there. Yeah. The only reason that I know this, by the way, is because I started getting all these random checks in the mail. Oh, yes. Oh, I love the smell of economic ammunition in the morning. So it turns out that John Kerry, by the way, is a senator from Massachusetts. He was former Secretary of State under President Obama. You might recall he ran for president back in 2004. John Kerry has started this big campaign to promote climate change action. Now, that's actually really in line with what we're doing at World War Zero as well. In fact, I would say this is actually okay, this is great because it provides me an opportunity to explain what World War Zero is all about. So World War Zero, we're an edutainment company, where we teach people about the Sustainable Development Goals. So our vision is a little bit bigger because John Kerry's vision for World War Zero is kind of exclusively focused on Goal 13, whereas we focused on the rest of the goals. But of course, the truth is that all of the goals are very interconnected anyway. So everything's connected to climate change. I mean, let's be real. Now, one of the things I just realized is I launched World War Zero back in 2018, and I've had my website on the internet for a while. So this begs the question, did John Kerry steal my idea? Did he steal my idea? Because if so, that's awesome. They say imitation is the highest form of flattery. So you're welcome, John Kerry. You're welcome. So first of all, World War Zero is, our mission is to educate the general public about the Sustainable Development Goals in a more entertaining way. But also, we are a funding intermediary. And so one of the purposes of World War Zero is to promote the work of amazing organizations doing work around the world, to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, right? So for example, I wanted to promote the work of the World Food Program towards, Goal 2, Zero Extreme Hunger. That's been one of my big passions. The other thing is, for Goal 13, World War Zero, John Kerry's World War Zero would be a great example of an organization that we would promote. And that's something that I'm really passionate about because, these goals are basically in my opinion, they're the most important set of goals in the history of the world. These are not to be taken lightly. It's very important to understand that these are not just, some idealist dreams. Many of these goals are actually do or die. In fact, I would go so far as to say that if we don't win World War Zero, we're going to have to fight World War III. That's, in a way, that's almost by definition because of Goal 16. But really, we have to win some of these major battles or, we're probably going to have extreme wars and other major problems in the future. Goal 6 is kind of a big deal. In my opinion, if there was one goal that probably threatens all of humanity at this point, with thermonuclear war, it's probably Goal 6. Yeah, I'm calling that. If we're going to have a thermonuclear war in the 21st century, most likely it'll be between Pakistan and India because they're fighting over water. Did somebody say something about nuclear war? Oh, man. And that battle is only going to heat up more and more going into the future as the glaciers that feed the river that they're fighting over starts to evaporate. Well, technically, the glaciers are melting because of global warming, which is a Goal 13 problem. Can I just point out, why did they have to number it Goal 13? Of all the numbers, did you really have to pick number 13? I mean, Don't get me wrong, 13 is a nice Fibonacci number, but at the same time, isn't it kind of like just ominous sounding? Like, goal 13? Ugh. So actually, one of the things that I really agree with John Kerry about is that, we need to treat global climate change like a war because it's a national security issue. In fact, a lot of the instability in the Middle East is connected to water scarcity that is caused by climate change. In fact, the civil war in Syria, which caused the refugee crisis, led to the formation of ISIS and increased tensions with Iran and all that. That civil war was actually sparked by a huge multi-year drought that lasted from 2006 to 2011. According to experts, that long-term drought led to the most severe set of crop failures since agricultural civilization began in the Fertile Crescent many millennia ago. It was that bad. Okay, so I can ramble on for hours about these goals, but basically, humanity is starting to push every single planetary boundary to its breaking point. The air is polluted, the oceans are polluted, species are going extinct at record rates, and if we don't take decisive action now, our grandchildren face a very bleak future. And I think that's a reality that we need to confront in 2020 going forward. So in summary, I encourage you guys to enlist in, John Kerry's World War Zero. Go to worldwarzero.com and do that because I think what he's doing is great. We really need it. But let's talk about funding for a moment because that's a really big issue right now. Right now, the funding for achieving these goals is simply not there. It is inadequate. A long time ago, a bunch of world-class economists came together and basically they calculated that to solve a lot of these big global problems, we would need to invest about 1% of global GDP towards these problems. So one of the things that I've been working on out of frustration with watching the political inaction, I have some proposals for WMDs. So what are WMDs? Well, let me tell them, let me be the one that tells them, please. Okay, fine, C4, just this once. Fantastic. All right, WMDs equals weapon of mass detonation. So, weapons of mass detonation. Whoa, wait a second. Okay, what are you trying to do, scare everybody? It's not weapons of mass detonation, it's weapons of mass donation. Donation, weapons of mass donation, it's money, okay? Why are you saying detonation? What? Cypher, I think you need to get your ears cleaned. That's what I said. I said weapons of mass detonation. Oh my God, you said it again. Weapons of mass donation. That's what I said. Look, okay, let's break this down. Can you just say donate? Yeah, sure. Detonate. Okay, just say donor. Detonator. What? I think you have a speech impediment or something. What? Look, I don't know what you're hearing, but that doesn't make any sense. I mean, what? You can't blow up money? Huh? Wait, actually, it gives me an idea. No, that is highly classified. We are not revealing that at this point. Oh, yes. No. I don't think so. Let's cut it off. Okay, so that is a highly classified World War Zero Army special operation. We will not get into it at this point, but we will be at some point in the future. All right, on that note, let's wrap this up. So basically, we have three major events coming up in 2020. First off, we're launching, our basic explanations of World War Zero and the Zero Army in January. So today is January 1, 2020. So 1/1/2020. But then on February 2, 2020, 2/2/2020, we're going to start early enlistment in the World War Zero Army. Okay, we're going to build the first platoon. Now, this is very critical because there's only going to be 50 people in the first platoon. Okay, so make sure you leave a like, subscribe, follow us on social media because that's a really big deal. The first platoon, all right, this is like a big incentive for you guys to get in early. The first platoon is going to have exclusive access to all of our big events going forward. So it's going to be a really big deal. The third big event is going to happen on March 3, 2020, when we launch the World War Zero Army. So on March 3, 2020, which is actually Super Tuesday, all right, we are going to start building the World War Zero Army officially and launching our first WMD, our first weapon of mass donation at that time. Now, the Zero Army is designed to be like the ultimate global citizenship program, with our Zero Army basic training and boot camp. But also, there's so much more to it than that. And so I can't wait to share that with you. So thank you for your time. Remember again to like, subscribe, follow us on social media, all that good stuff. And we have a lot of surprises in store for you in 2020. Let's go to war. Commanders!